Mic check 1, 2. What is going on? Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right. We're doing this. What's going on, everybody? Jab Talk Nation. I am your host, Ozeal. We are live. We're doing something a little different today on this channel, ladies and gents. We are doing a live stream, which I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I'm hearing some little popping, and hopefully it's not too distracting on your end. Okay, there we go. Wires. Got it. This is what we do whenever we do live streams, right? A little different when we do pre-recorded stuff. Now it's cleaned up. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, we're doing this live. I decided, I was going for a walk yesterday, and I was like, man, I really miss doing live streaming. It's been a minute since I've done this. I've done this for other channels, but I haven't done a live stream, and I was looking forward to doing a live stream for this channel on Jab Talk. So I'm like, let me go and put it out there and see. And of course, this is going to be back on replay. So any of you who will watch this after this is done, you got a video to check out once this is published. So without further ado, and if you're joining, jump on in. I'm really excited about this. Yeah, there we go. Jab Talk. And let me know in the comment section if you are digging the live stream. We can do more of this. I know this is a brand new channel, y'all. And by the way, let me go hit this. Let me hit this. Boom. Let me hit this real quick. Check this out right here. That's our goal right here. Our goal, ladies and gents, is to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button so that way you can stay updated on all the live streams and all the content. I've been posting some shorts lately. Past couple of days have been a bit quiet. I've been really busy. But, once the boxing news drops, I'm excited to be able to share this. As a matter of fact, speaking of boxing news, I just heard, it's not really boxing news, but it is kind of fight hype worthy in that we just found out, and I'll probably do, you know what? I'm going to do a short about this because I think this is going to be interesting. I'm going to do a short on this. Scratch that. I'm gonna wait. So if you follow the channel, you'll get the news if you haven't heard yet. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, and of course, help us get to 100 subs. Our goal is to get to 100 subs by the end of April. So yeah, we're in the second week. Ooh, sorry about that. We're in the second. Stop doing that. We are in the second week of April, so hopefully we can reach that goal of 100. That's. I feel like we're not too far off. We have about 31 subs. If you are plugged in, thank you so much for tuning in and checking out the YouTube channel. So let's get right to it. So today, ladies and gents, I'm gonna just I'm gonna focus on getting through this video, this live stream, without giving you my prediction on the fight between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. All right. So the goal for this particular live stream is to, I'm going to share with you just some thoughts of the media workouts that we saw. Ryan Garcia had his last week, or yesterday, excuse me. Gervonta Davis had his last week. And yeah, we're 10 days away. Jab Talk Nation. We are 10 days away from one of the biggest super fights of the year, Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. I know the boxing community is excited. There's been a lot of really good fights. We had, Caleb Plant and David Benavidez, which I was really, really excited about that fight. Such a great fight. And now we got Garcia, Davis. We got Canelo coming up in May. And yeah, there's some other big fights coming up. So Haney and Lomachenko. So this year we're definitely having some good boxing fights right out the gate. So let's talk about the Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis media workout. And honestly, I don't have any notes. I don't have anything, no format. I'm just going to just talk a little bit, jab a little bit about what I saw from both of these fighters. And let's talk about Gervonta Tank Davis. All right. So I was catching the media, and I couldn't watch it all. It was about an hour, a little bit over an hour long. I've been watching clips, but I saw enough to be able to see where Javante, his mindset is, and kind of get his vibe in regards to just his conditioning, and get just be able to formulate an opinion, an assessment on where he's at and what I feel, uh, Javante Davis as it relates to in preparation for the fight, right? So Javante Davis, look, saw his media workout. Honestly, I think he looked fantastic. It looks like he's not quite on weight, but it's okay. I mean, we have what, 2 weeks away before the big fight, so he has time to be able to cut weight. And I know both fighters are getting in condition to be able to make weight. So I know that he will be able to meet weight and be able to be ready to go for fight night. But he did look fantastic. Devontae Davis looked great. I mean, he was looking sharp. He was hitting the mitts. Saw him on the punching bag, and he looked great, man. Shadow boxing. Davis is special. Davis is one of those fighters that he's one of my top 5 fighters, by the way. So this may be a little biased because I do feel like Javante Davis is one of those type of fighters that puts on a show. He can box. He can mix it up. He can put pressure. He can pretty much do it all. And I know he said this in a few interviews where he talks about how he's a complete fighter, and the truth is that he is a complete fighter. He has power, and despite his size, um, what may look as a size advantage when it comes to opponents, Davis is so special that he can break that down. No pun intended. He can knock you down. He could break you down to the ground, and that's the type of fighter that Javante Davis is. So he looked great. Saw some of the interviews. I feel like he's getting more comfortable with the press and answering questions. But he seems like he's very down to earth. He's very confident, and he's excited for this big fight. And taking on a challenge like Ryan Garcia, who's taller, who has some strengths, and which a lot of people are saying that are going to be problems for Javante Davis. Davis is taking on the challenge, despite what people may think about the rehydration clause and all these things that Davis, supposedly the team Davis, was putting on the team Garcia camp and making this fight happen. But he took on the fight. Davis is not afraid. He's taking some big challenges, and he's been victorious. So he looks in shape. He looks definitely in condition. I like he was doing a lot of he was showing the angles. His punching power is obviously there, and he just looks focused. He looks like he's ready to go. So not really much to say about Javante Davis and the fact that he'll be ready come fight night, and I'm really excited about that. All right, so that's that. Let me go ahead and jump into King Ryan Garcia. Saw his media workout yesterday. Also saw some clips, some interviews. He had it in sunny Beverly Hills. It's very California-ish. He had all the media there. It looked like he had a whole big old party, a fiesta going on over there with some tacos and everything, which I ain't mad at him. I love tacos myself, but he was doing the thing, and he was doing his workout, shirtless, shadow boxing, did the mitts, and he looked good. I mean, he looked good. Ryan Garcia looks like he is in shape, no doubt about it. He looks like he's in shape. He looks like he is, basking in the moment, of this big fight with Javante Davis. And he looks confident, and Ryan has never been one who you will look at as like he lacks confidence. I mean, confidence. He's a very confident fighter. I mean, I remember watching him in hot boxing when he did the interview with Mike Tyson, and he was just super confident. And you guys remember he was talking about he was in a knockout tank in 2 rounds, and talking about how he's a knockout in 2 rounds, and he's in a salsa all over him, and and all the things. I mean, he was going on and on and on, right? So he's definitely confident. One thing about Garcia that I do respect, word on the street, is that he wanted this fight, and he's been wanting this fight for quite some time. Obviously, Golden Boy was trying to protect him a bit and trying to get the timing going. And I believe right now is the timing. Like it's good timing. And I guess what people don't realize sometimes when it comes to boxing is that even sometimes we want the fights and we feel like the fight is ready to go, right? Because we want to see the top fighters fight each other. There's a difference, right? There's fights that are not quite cooked just right, and it's not the right timing for them. And then there's fights that are like overbaked. They're overdone. Like it's just like, all right, man, you burnt up the food, man. Let's get this fight going. Crawford and Spence. But I digress. But those are the type of fights where Pacquiao Mayweather. I mean, we can go on and on. Those are the fights that are just overbaked. Like they're just overdone. Those fights could have happened, a couple years ago. And I feel like that Spence and Crawford could have happened last year and the year before. And Garcia and Davis is a fight that I feel like right now is the perfect time. Davis has been, fighting, top level guys. His roster, I mean, is pretty deep. I mean, he's fought, fought Barrios, Pitbull, Cruz, who else? Rowley, which in the beginning, I guess you want to call it, was competitive, but Rowley, but he's fought he's fought some pretty big fighters. And so he's been in the ring there with some good competition. But I feel like now is the time, even for Ryan Garcia. Even Ryan, some people could say like Ryan Garcia should fight, a few other top level fighters before he gets into the ring with Davis. And one thing's for sure that we got to give respect to Ryan Garcia is that he wanted this fight, wasn't the right time, right? His promotion team was like, now's the right time. Let's go get him. And they made this fight happen, right? They were part of making that happen. So one thing's for sure, he's not afraid. He wants to make the big fights happen. And for that alone, I got to give him props, because I mentioned this before. There are a lot of boxers out there that don't take on the big challenges. They'll fight maybe top 10 contenders for a minute, wait until they actually go and chase the big super fight. Ryan Garcia is not doing that. So regardless of what people may or may not think, I know he gets a lot of hate from a lot of people of not being this really top tier boxer. But one thing's for sure that you got to give him respect. The boxing fans got to give him respect, is that he is fighting top dogs. And that is Gervonta Davis. He's one of the top dogs in the world of boxing right now. And he is the guy to beat. Some say he is the face of boxing. I still think Canelo is still the face of boxing. But, we can argue that. But Davis is up there. He's my second favorite fighter. So I do feel like, you got to give respect to Ryan Garcia for taking on the fight. So that being said, Garcia looked great. He looked ready. He looked sharp. The only thing that and let me know in the comment section, the only thing that I did notice is that, he, when he was putting the combination together, and it just, even when he was doing the mitts, it just didn't quite look, what's the word? Help me with the word. It doesn't look like it's complete, to say the least. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. This is just my opinion. But he just did not seem complete. You saw a lot of the jab. I mean, you saw a lot of the left hook, the infamous left hook, shooting that. But even when he was standing up tall and he was launching it, but there was a bit of where he was dropping his hands a little bit. It looked a bit sloppy. It was just like he was just throwing the left hook just to throw the left hook and show people, hey, listen, this is my secret weapon here. And yes, we all know he has the a dangerous left hook, no doubt about it. But will that be enough? Will that be enough, Jab Jab Talk Nation, to take out the Tank? You let me know. You let me know. And let me know in the comment section what you thought about the media workout. But I will say that you know, again, is Ryan Garcia overly confident when it comes to Tank? He seems very, very confident. He looks like he's just gonna blaze through Tank and he's gonna shock the world. And I love that. We want a champion. We want somebody who's gonna step into the ring against competitive champions, higher level, to have that type of swag, to have that type of confidence, to be able to say, "Hey, I'm here to dethrone you," even though he calls himself the king. Um, he's there to say, "Hey, I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to shock the world." And Ryan Garcia's competition up to this point blank, hasn't been the same roster that Davis has been through. There's Luke Campbell, which was he was a champion, uh, Olympian, skilled, but he's no Tank Davis, right? Um, the dude that he fought from Africa last time, I forgot what it was. He was durable, I don't think I think Garcia was able to take him down and wear him out. And but again, he's definitely not Tank. And then Fortuna, who's a competitive fighter, who's really he's a contender for sure. Like he can give anybody problems. Isn't nowhere near Tank. Now one could flip and say, hey, well, is Mario Barrios, is Isaac Cruz. I would argue that those are tougher opponents than what Garcia has faced. I do feel like if Cruz fought Garcia, he would give him some problems. I do feel like Mario Barrios and Garcia would be an interesting fight. I think that would have been cool. Like that would have been a good fight to see. I mean, obviously he went up weight. That wasn't going to happen. But Tank did. And look what happened. Right? Who was the one? Leah Santa Cruz. Really competitive fighter. Skills, but I think Tank was too much for him. So I'm saying all this is because Ryan Garcia is looking sharp. He has some skills that can impose a lot of dangers to Tank. But the question is, does he have the discipline? Does he have that extra something to be able to put out the Tank? I was listening to an interview that Oscar De La Hoya he was having, I think, with Fight Hype. And they were asking him, what are the key to victories and how they looked, and he agreed that both look good. But he said, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the fighter that has the discipline, that has the focus. Um, and one of the things that, if you notice, is that whenever Garcia got knocked down, and he speaks with, he when he talks about this in the interview, he says it with proudly, like, I came back and look how it came out and finished him. Yes, he did. He got knocked down, got shocked. It was a shock knockdown, and then he got back up and he came out fierce, right? Do you want to do that against Tank though? Could you coming out, guns blazing? Is that the smart move to do against Tank? And I think that's what maybe Oscar De La Hoya indirectly, I caught the nuance, was saying, hey, and I'm pretty sure he's mentioned this to Ryan. If you keep your cool and you fight smart and you don't feel like you need to take this out, even if you decide, even if you do hurt Tank, can you keep it composed to take Tank out? I haven't seen that type of composure with Ryan. I think when he gets in there, he gets very emotional, he gets very passionate. I get it. He wants to look impressive, bits, some pressure. He wants to look good, and he wants to throw that hook and he wants to knock you out and get rid of you, But, where I see Tank being a more dangerous fighter is that Tank is a little bit more composed and he's a little bit more focused, and he could beat down on the cards and still be composed to take you out in the 6th or 7th and 8th round. So this is going to be an interesting fight, y'all. Let me go and take this back. This is going to be a really, really interesting fight because, both fighters look good. They'll be ready to go. And, when people say it's a 50-50 fight, I think when people say that, I think it's because they think that 50, that other chance, that it's pretty much that punchers puncher's chance, as they call it, um, is the equalizer. And again, I said I wasn't gonna go and get my prediction and really do a fight breakdown. So I'm gonna wait until later next week to give you like my full like on thoughts. And if y'all want, we can do a live stream. I enjoy the live streams. We can do this live stream and we can definitely like vibe and jab about your thoughts. We'd love to include your thoughts on this. But next week I'll do a live stream and I'll talk a little bit more about the full breakdown of the fight, how I see it. Maybe we'll do it after the press conference. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But I definitely want to talk about it because I'm really excited, and we'll do a pre, and then we'll do a post live stream fight. But yeah, let me know in the comment section. I mean, obviously you're not involved in this live stream, but if you want to see more of this live stream, I like it. I mean, I've got content on there, and I always have fun just talking about boxing. But I like this live stream vibe as well. So if y'all want to do more live streaming, we can do more live streaming. But just make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification button, and then I'll make sure that I'll give you a heads up in advance when I'm going live. I know this is kind of a bit of a short notice. And of course, help us get to 100 subs. So if you know of any boxing fans, please hashtag road to 100 subs, baby. Let's get to 100 subs. I feel like it's a cool milestone to get to, and I'm excited. I'm really, really excited just to be able to start this channel and just talk boxing with y'all. And I appreciate all of your comments. I know some of you are like my loyal, you know who you are, who are always commenting and dropping in on the channel and commenting. I appreciate you. I appreciate you more than you know. Love. I see that we have some real boxing fans in this community. So we're definitely hoping to get more of you into the Jab Jab Talk Nation. And of course, for us to continue, sharing our love for boxing. So yes, that's it, y'all. I think I'm going to keep this one short. Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, April 22nd, pay-per-view fight. Who will be the king, the real king in the lightweight division? I'm excited. I know you are as well. So comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the media workouts. Like who looked sharp, who didn't, what are some of the concerns? What was your assessment on the media workouts if you caught them? So yeah, let's jab about that. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. Thank you so much for checking this out on the replay. And hope you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for more content on Jab Jab Talk, y'all. Peace.